cosmic outlaw. The legend of Roan Hale lay in a galaxy ruled by unbreakable codes and cold machines. One man discovered the most dangerous algorithm of all. Defiance Part 2. The arrow that split the stars. The grand archery tournament was Sheriff Kane. Some favorite spectacular glittering charade, designed to remind every colonist who held the reins while tossing them just enough crumbs of hope to keep rebellion quiet. The arena in Lockhaven Spire was a cauldron of sensation. The air hung heavy with the mingled scents of thousands pressed close. Honest human sweat from the lowest stands, exotic spiced meats sizzling on vendor grills, cheap synthol sloshed on stone steps, and the faint, acrid ozone from overhead security drones hovering like watchful vultures. The common folk filled the lower tiers in patched tunics and worn boots, their faces weathered by sun and hardship but alight with rare excitement. Children perched on parents' shoulders, eyes wide. Old-timers leaned on rails, remembering tales of freer days. Above them, in shaded gilded boxers cooled by humming force fields, sat the Syndicate elite, Xeno merchants with iridescent scales that shifted color in the light, multi-limbed traders gesturing with jeweled appendages, and human collaborators draped in silk robes that cost more than a colonist's yearly harvest. They sipped imported wines from crystal goblets, voices cultured and bored, placing bets on outcomes as if lives were mere data points. Roan Hale entered without ceremony, his plain green forester's tunic and scuffed leather boots marking him clearly as one of the people, his longbow handcrafted from the heartwood of a centuries-old yew-like tree in Sherwood Expanse. Strung with care, each dawn was simple, almost rustic beside the gleaming high-tech compounds of off-world entrance. But his stance was easy, shoulders loose, a faint smile playing at his lips as he felt the familiar weight settle against his palm. The Syndicate's champion was Lord Garrick Vostal and Aragon, his powered armor polished to a mirror sheen that reflected the twin suns streaming through open arches. His bow was a masterpiece of carbon fiber and embedded togging capable of adjusting for wind, gravity, even heartbeat. He strode to the line like he already owned the Golden Arrow Prize, drawing polite applause from the elite boxers and silence from below. Garrick's shot was flawless arrow thudding dead center with a sharp thunk that carried through the arena. A ripple of approval from above, grudging murmurs from the common stance. Roan stepped forward next. A hush fell like soft rain. He could feel thousands of eyes hopeful, desperate, defiant. He knocked his arrow slowly, feeling the fletching brush his cheek, the string's familiar bite against calloused fingers. The breeze drifting through the arches carried the distant resin scent of Sherwood, grounding him. He drew in one steady breath, the air tasting of anticipation, sweat, and something electric. Time stretched, he released. The arrow sung a pure, clean note through the heavy air, striking with a sharp, satisfying crack that echoed like thunder in the sudden silence. It split Garrick's shaft cleanly down the middle, embedding deeper in the exact center of the bull. For one eternal heartbeat, the arena held its breath. Then the human crowd exploded roars, shook the very stone of the spy feet, stamping in rhythm like war drums, fists pumping skyward, voices cracking raw with joy and pride. Pervert, and someone bellowed, "Human shot!" Children screamed till faces red, women wept openly, men embraced strangers. Even some guards in the lower tiers couldn't hide grins, helmets tilted back as they cheered with the rest. Up in the gilded box, Sheriff Kane watched with mounting fury, his broad face flushed a deep, angry purple torrent, veins bulging at his temples like twisted cords straining under sweaty skin. Beads of perspiration rolled down his forehead despite the cool, conditioned air. He slammed a fat, ring-laden fist on the rail, thud, echoing faintly over the dying cheers, his jowls quivering violently as he leaned forward, small eyes narrowed to furious slits, breath coming in heavy wheezes. Lord Garrick stood frozen on the field, his own face a storm of humiliated rage, cheeks burning crimson, lips curled in a snarl, hands clenching his expensive bow hard enough to whiten knuckles beneath armored gloves. The celebration spilled into twilight. Bonfires lit in colonist quarters outside the spire walls, songs rising bold and free under twin moons, ale flowing like rivers. Roan slipped away early, content with quiet thanks from neighbors who clasped his forearm hard enough to bruise, eyes shining with something deeper than victory hope. He walked home through cooling forest paths, the resin scent stronger now in night air, leaves whispering overhead. A faint smile lingered. One arrow, one moment of truth. He should have known the Syndicate never let truth stand unpaid.